So we will be waiting for another 5 minutes. It's already 7:01. There are 117 participants. If somebody is having problems with login issue, kindly message in the group. There might be two people who are not receiving mails may have problems. So we have sent the meeting link to your calendar. So calendar, those who are attached to their calendars will face a calendar invitation. We have also sent it through our official mail from both courses and Egro Foundation workshop. And also we have given in the group. So any of the four options, please check your mail. Please see, you can. Also, I am finding that people are still not in the group. You may please you may please join the group from your mail. So it is 7:05 now. Uh, Professor Charan Singh, sir, are you there? Hello. Uh, Professor Charan Singh was scheduled to come here, but currently I think he is unavailable due to some network issues, or he might be very busy. So we can wait for another 3 minutes, please.
हैदराबादी दावत तो बहुत देखे होंगे, मगर ये दावत हटकर है जिसके अंदर 4 कुंटल पाए रहते, 2 कुंटल जबाना और साबित बकरे को सर से लेके पैर तक मसालों में नीला के भाग लेते लेके जाते दूल्हे के टेबल पे। कई को बोले तो दूल्हे का टेबल ऐसा सजाते जिसको दुल्हन भी देख के शर्मा जाना। आज की दावत का इंतजाम करे अलमदीना ग्रुप केटरिंग सर्विस के खाजा भाई, और आज की दावत है टोटल 1500 मेंबर्स की। खाजा भाई की दावत है बोले तो रोड पे से भी आदमी भाग लेते अंदर शादी खाने के आ जाता। कई को बोलते ये बिरयानी की खुशबू से, और सबको मालूम मदीना केटर्स की नल्ली नारी खा लिए तो 100 घोड़ों की ताकत आ जाती। फर्स्ट प्लेटर में नमकीन मटन साथ में मसालेदार चॉप्स आ जाते। सेकंड प्लेटर में नवाबम के कबाब और पत्थर का गोश्त हैदराबाद की शान। थर्ड प्लेटर में फ्लेवर बम प्रॉन्स आ जाते।
Dr.
साथ में तंदूरी
Dhananjay, are
फिश
you there?
घी मार के। फोर्थ प्लेटर में जूसी फिश और क्रिस्पी प्रॉन्स आ जाते। हैदराबादी दावत की
Dr.
तकल लखनऊ
Manjunath,
लेकर
are
सिटी
you
कई
there?
होता अमेरिकन सलाद रशियन
Yes,
सलाद
sir.
की
Okay.
बिरयानी से भी ज्यादा
The voice is clear, sir.
टेबल पे रान दीदर बटेर और ಒಳಗ 2 ಇಂದಿರಾ ಕ್ಯಾಂಟೀನ್ ಅದಾವು, ಒಂದು ಬಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕಡೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು LIC ಕಡೆ. ಆದ್ರ ಈ 2 ಇಂದಿರಾ ಕ್ಯಾಂಟೀನ್ಗಳು ಸ್ಪರ್ಧಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಇರುವಂತಹ ಏರಿಯಾದಿಂದ ಬಹಳ ದೂರ ಅದಾವು. ಏನಪ್ಪ ವಿಷಯ certificate at just ₹2. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಬಾತ್ರೂಮ್ ತೊಳೆಕ ಸತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ. ದೇವರಾಜೆ ಬಪ್ಪು ಸ್ವಾಮಿನ ಮಾಯದ ನಡುವೆ ನಮ್ಮಿಂಚಿತ್ತಿನ ಭಕ್ತರಿಗೆ ಗೆನ್ಪ ಒಂದಿತ್ತಿನ ಪುಗಾರ್ತದ
Gmail address. If he is logging in with his Gmail address, not an issue. The same meeting link mail should be used.
Okay.
Okay, how many are there in the meeting? Not in the meeting.
I think now four members are there.
But how are you getting to know this data?
Because
Please tell me, sir.
I have picked the participants list. In the participant list, in the down, when you scroll down, you could see the people who are not in the meeting list.
Okay. Some people just take a break, and that is shown in that one.
Okay.
Okay.
बनना चाहती हो तो किसी पर पुरुष से नहीं मिलना। सितारे सितारे मिले, सितारे तभी तो। You can't just trust any.
Okay,
ಮಂತ್ರಾಲಯ
I'm
ಮಂಗಳೂರು ಮಂಗಳೂರು
audible, right?
ಮಂತ್ರಾಲಯ ಎಸ್
Yeah,
ಎಲ್ ಟಿ
yeah,
ಸಿ
very
ನಾನು ಎಸ್
clear.
ಎಸ್
You are very
ಸ್ಲೀಪರು
clear.
ರೂಟ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು
So one thing I should do now, let me introduce the program first to all of you,
Yes, yes.
and then when Professor Charan Singh comes,
Hmm.
because I think he's stuck somewhere, so if he comes, he was scheduled to come, but now if he comes, then we can means we will have an inaugural lecture from his side.
Definitely.
So prior to that, I will be giving a brief profile of eGrow Foundation, and in eGrow Foundation, what we do actually, and about means how it was formed and all those things that I will provide you. This eGrow Foundation was formed in amidst in 2018. eGrow Foundation was formed with a, and it has a illustrious profile uh, team, where the team consists of Surjit Bhalla, who is the IMF, who was an ex-IMF director, Suman Beri, Ashima Goyal, ex-member, former member of RBI monetary policy. So they are in the advisory body. The board of directors have uh, Dr. Arvind Virmani, Dr. Charan Singh, Dr. Ashok Vishan Das, Dr. Ratan Chand, and Dr. Mohinder Pal Singh. So we started in the 2018, and in 2018 we had done two very good projects from Niti Aayog. We laid down the long-term growth path of uh, of India, that is India 2047. So two volumes we came up with uh, initially for India, and in that India's planning sector-wise was there. So post that we were hit by COVID, but we then shifted online, and in that online process we basically had uh, that online process, we basically had 300 webinars in which we had four Nobel laureates in speaking in the forum. So we have us with us now Professor Charan Singh, uh, who is the executive director and chief executive of our eGrow Foundation. Along with that, he was the non-executive chairman of Punjab and Sindh Bank in two stints, that is from May 2018 to 21, and then again November 22 to 24. For, prior to that, he was in uh, I am he was in IMF Washington DC from August 2009 to 2012, and the research director of RBI, where he joined as a research officer 20 years ago. So 2 decades there, and again he had an expertise in fiscal policy, especially market borrowings and debt management, monetary policy, and public sector banks. His specialization area where he works every day. He has extensively published in various areas and has two books to his credit, uh, published by Springer and Cambridge. He completed MPhil from JNU, New Delhi, and his PhD in economics from University of New South Wales, Sydney in 97. He followed it up with his postdoctoral studies in Harvard University and under Professor Barrow and from Stanford University. So Right now, I will invite him to provide a talk which will encourage us for the next 7 days, because the next 7 days is going to be, next 5 days is going to be fully with data. We will engage ourselves with data. Sir, I welcome you for blessing our program. Kindly please give a speech and encourage us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nandu, for organizing this. And also, thank you very much for your introduction. I am so happy that we are all joining together in this program. It's an online workshop on basic statistical analysis using SPSS. I think it's a very, very important thing that you all are doing. Couple of things which I want to share with you before I go forward. Dr. Hindu has told you about the think tank, EGROW Foundation. The very purpose of setting up EGROW Foundation is research-based policy advice. What does that mean? We want to give advice to the government or to the stakeholder, whosoever is seeking advice from us, based on high quality research. What does high quality research lead you into? High quality research basically means a highly analytical work which goes in analyzing what is the problem, the ailment, what is the status of the ailment, what is the status of the knowledge that we have, and if I apply this knowledge, can I correct the ailment? What is the way forward for me so that I don't get into this ailment again? Like all of you, me and you, suffer in a human body. We all could develop, there are probabilities, we could develop diabetes, we could develop blood pressure, we could have heart problem, we could have problems with our kidney, we could be running body temperature. But then there are ways, studies, research documented which says if you take the following precautions, you will be able to control it. If you follow the following pattern of life, you may not get into the trap of these ailments. Exactly like that, in economics, in social sciences, we can also undertake analytical studies, empirically test them, and say, okay, what are the ailments that are troubling us? As macroeconomists, as Dr. Nandu told you, I work mostly on fiscal and monetary policy. These are macroeconomic tools, macroeconomic policies. In macroeconomics, two major ailments are inflation and unemployment. In the Great Depression of 1930s, in the global financial crisis of 2008, this is exactly what happened. In 1930s, unemployment was about 30%. Normally, unemployment is never more than 5%. 30% was a huge figure. Every third person was unemployed. In the global financial crisis, every eighth or ninth person was unemployed, much more than the
In
5%
1930s,
average.
unemployment was
After
about
the
30%.
Russia-Ukraine war, which started on
Normally,
February 24th,
unemployment is never more than 5%.
2021,
30% was a huge figure. Every third
inflation
person was
shot
unemployed.
up to
In the
10% in
global
America,
financial
Europe,
crisis,
England.
every
Normally,
eighth or ninth
inflation
person
is
was
only around
unemployed.
2% or less than 2%. So the two major ailments that the macroeconomists handle is unemployment and inflation. To explain in very simple terms, moment I have body temperature above the average, I know there is something wrong in my body. I immediately need to take treatment. Maybe a crocin, a paracetamol will help me. But I know the ailment. I know time tested remedy, paracetamol or crocin. If we are doing Ayurvedic, we may take a cup of hot milk with some sugar in it. We may take honey and ginger. But we know the ailment, we know the solution, and we will take precautions. There is a possibility. I am sneezing today, feeling tired, and immediately the family will say, probably by tomorrow morning, you will have a running nose, and therefore you better take precautions right now. So you will take in some tablet which is anti-cold, or milk, or honey, or turmeric, something you will take because you know from your past experience that if you have sneezing and feeling weak in 12 to 24 hours, this can develop into some physical ailment. That correlation is in your mind. The causation through your past experience is there, and 90% of the time it turns out to be correct. Statistically, we economists do exactly the same thing. We look at correlations, we look at causation factors, we look at different variables, and we know exactly the trajectory this variable is taking. And this trajectory gone by my past experience can result in something like this. I know from my past experience, if American economy is not doing well, my exports will also not do well. I know from my past experience that if American economy raises their policy rate, there will be capital flow which will take place from India to America, and to counter that, I may have to raise my own interest rates in my country. So there is an understanding based on analytical research, the causation that happens between different variables. Happened global financial crisis 2008. All the economists over the last 80 years have done their study and found out if I give $100 to my citizens, they consume $70. Okay, so the marginal propensity to consume on an incremental income is 70. Global financial crisis happened. The American government pumped in money and expected that this money will lead to a flow of expenditure in the economy and we will recover. That did not happen. The relationship of consumption out of income of 70 was in normal times, not in abnormal times. So, what were people doing? You gave them 100 rupees, they sat on it. They neither took it to the bank nor spent it. They used it for precautionary purposes. There can be an emergency. I need cash. We did exactly that during COVID. So, the understanding has then to be modified and standardized. In normal times, consumption out of incremental income could be 70%. But in abnormal times, this relationship may not hold. Therefore, the macroeconomist has to come out with a new technique or a new tool to ensure that we money keeps flowing in the economy and the economy keeps progressing and growing. How to understand these complexities? What's happening in America need not replicate in India. What is happening in India during the festival months, starting from Ganesh Chaturthi to Holi, may not happen in the summer months. What is happening in the summer months? Lots of construction activity is happening. May not happen in the winter months. May not happen even in monsoon. So there is need to study the seasonality within the same country. The workshop is aiming to equip you with a basic understanding of statistical analysis using SPSS and other techniques. The purpose is when you are dealing and interacting with scholarly people who have been trained, and this need not always be the right method, but it trains your mind to think in a scientific way, to look at something as a causation factor, something as an effect, and then know the trajectory, the direction, and the duration of the direction. I raised oil prices. How quickly will the oil price translate into escalated price of plastic material? Because through transportation it will travel. These sort of analysis will help you understand how the economy works and what should be your reaction and your reflections. Take a simple example. There is heavy monsoon. Heavy monsoon may quickly result in disrupting construction activity. The disruption in construction activity would imply that prices of some goods which go into housemaking may correct itself. There is another way, the shortage of houses. You realize, oh, 24 million houses are required newly to be constructed. These have to be constructed in the high end, the middle end, the lower end, and maybe for the weaker section of the society. But knowing that there is a shortage of 24 million houses in the country would make you understand that investment in housing can be very, very useful. Normally, if you invest in an FD, it may give you a 8% return. Normally, if the economy is mature, if you invest in a house, it should give you 8 to 10% return. But now, because there is a understanding, knowledge, awareness that there is a shortage of 24 million houses in the country, you now are able to understand there is high demand and low supply. And to build a house, to meet the demand, the supply will have to be staggered. Do we have cement, steel, ceramics? Do we have that material to convert into a house and meet the shortage of 24 million houses within a year? Within 5 years? Within 10 years? Do I have the installed capacity? No. Then you know that for the next 10 years, investment in housing is going to give me high returns, higher than the FD, higher than gold. And then you look for housing companies and you invest in those. And you find your return is more than the average. Research-based analytical studies help you take decisions in a more intelligent way. That is the very purpose of undertaking and floating workshops like this. I'm sure in the next 5 days you will find our scholarly professors, young, who are teaching to you, interacting with you, are able to transfer some of those skills. They're able to transfer your analytical thinking that they have, and they're able to make you think in a systematic manner, break up the problem into phases, and then look up the gaps, look up the status of tools that you have, and then build a trajectory which helps you understand the solution to that problem, helps you understand the relationship between those variables, helps you make projections for the next few years. I hope our objective of transferring this knowledge to you will be successfully met. We would look forward to your feedback. We wish you all the best. Anandu, I'm sure the next 5 days are going to be filled with good experience, good knowledge, and also a feedback for us to learn so that in future we can make our programs tailor-made for students or seekers or scholars looking for specific information or knowledge. With that, I hand over back to Dr. Anandu to carry on with the proceedings. Thank you very much for your patient listening.
Thank you, Professor Charan Singh, for blessing us in the program and giving nice words of encouragement. We ensure you that we will make the best of these programs, and we together, along with our all the participants who have joined, we will try to make the best of this program. So today we today we have with us for the rest of the course he will be teaching, and we have with us Dr. Manjunath, who is a professor in the Department of Economics of Government First Grade College in Magadi. He is a distinguished academician, researcher, and capacity building expert with more than 15 years of experience in teaching, research, and academic administration in the government sector. So his academic work reflects a very strong orientation towards quantitative methods and research, methodology, and policy relevant social research. He has made significant contribution in higher education, classroom teaching, research, mentoring, and institutional leadership. And over the years, he had trained a lot of cool, uh, bright students who are doing very well. Along with that, he has a number of publication in which his expertise on data is clear in those nationals and international journals, and as well as he has presented in international and national conferences. Let's see how he had went ahead. If we have a look, he has extensively in the Bangalore University, Bangalore City Unit, Bangalore University, St. Joseph College, Chamrajan Nagar University. So he had been there as a resource person. He has taught there, and in addition to this teaching and research, he has held several important academic and policy oriented roles too, where he has determined how a syllabus should be, being the member of the board of studies. So, welcome, Dr. Manjunath, and we request you kindly begin the program and take us in the sea of data and make some meaning from that data. Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Manjunath.
So, thank you, Professor Anand sir. Thank you, Professor Charan Singh sir. You have given a wonderful insights about the global economic issue and global economic scenario from the period of depression to the till the present scenario. How housing sector is going to boost in upcoming years, not only in India, even at the global level. With this brief introduction, you have been enlightened us how we can draw knowledge and wisdom from the data. The scientific rigorous and the scientific overlooking of data, it gives us a lot of insights, not only in exploratory way, also in a descriptive way and predictive way, so that one can visualize the future, one can predict the future, and we can infer a meaningful decision at present scenario, so that in the future it gives us a good return, both in terms of monetary and in terms of livelihood also. In this way, the data and data analysis obviously a core of a day in the present scenario. When we say data analytics, we have a different dimension of data analytics. It is a multifaceted and it is growing from 19th century to till date. Even prior to that, when we say that the origin of statistics itself as illuminating by providing lot of insights of data, which can be quantitative or which can be qualitative. In this, we made an attempt to give an overview that how we can start analyzing data by using basic tool to the next level of advance. But this workshop is meant only to focus on basic level. Once having thorough understanding of the basic statistics and basic statistics analysis by using or by applying some of the available software, we can move on to the next level of intermediary as well as advanced level. Therefore, our intention is very clear. In coming today to till Saturday in this week, from Tuesday to till Saturday, we are focusing on basic aspect of statistics, how a statistic can be used in a meaningful way. And way back to early period, like 1960s. During 1960s, I think that except a few people, we were not born at all. In 1960, we were actually the participating list. In the 1960, doing a research and doing a statistics, it not was so easy. Today we say it is a cakewalk. We have a mouse button, click button, which within a fraction of second we can derive the output. But imagine that 1960 without computer, without devices, how people used to do analysis. And the analysis was carried out by using manual calculation and even applying a simple correlation for a 10 number of observation. It was a miraculous during those days. And thanks to that, during 1968, in the Stanford University, a group of social scientists who come up with a concept are like how we can do analysis in a easy way. Because earlier, before 1960s, most of our social scientists were so much bother, so much concerned to calculating the things by using data. But our precious time was going waste just in manipulating or just in doing analysis through number crunching calculation. But our social scientists should focus on social theme, social problem, social issue, through which we can derive some insight so that the society can goes in a better way. But earlier, due to the lack of availability of computational devices, most of our social scientists' time were focused about calculation part. This was a major concern during 1960s, and three major experts who have made an attempt to resolve this by coining SPSS software. Hence, we will be focusing on the SPSS package in coming these 4 days, and also we are focusing two more open source software including PSPP as well as Jamovi. But thus, let me give you overview of the what is our plan in the coming 4 or 5 days and what are the topics that we are covering. And then I will start with our today's session. So let me share my screen, complete window. Uh, Here, I will be just giving the overview of what is our plan for these days. This will be shared to you in the group later. However, the things was planned in such a way that today we are giving you the orientation about SPSS as a data handling, in which we are briefing about what is SPSS and why we are using SPSS in social science. This is the first concept that we are going to demonstrate, and it is basically pure lecturing method, and followed by a live demonstration how to open SPSS, what are the interfaces and what are the different windows one could see in SPSS. That is the second topic of the day, and followed by how to import data when you have already data in other format. That is the one thing. The second thing, how you can enter data by manually in SPSS so that you can proceed to the next level of analysis. This is the agenda of the today's session. And followed by tomorrow, we will be speaking about the data cleaning and coding, and followed by descriptive statistics and generating the table as well as visualization. That is for the tomorrow session, and followed by we will be focusing on what do you mean by hypothesis and how do you formulate the hypothesis, which includes null and alternative, and what is the role of a p-value in deriving the inferences, and what are the different types of hypothesis testing we have in research, and when to use, when not to use, and what to use, including simple t-test to the one way and two way ANOVA and chi-square. And then in the fourth day, we are focusing on simple correlation and partial correlation, simple regression and multiple regression. And then at last, we are going to give a demonstration when you obtain all this result, how you can exhibit, how you can make this result to be identified to the scholarly group through writing in a scientific manner, that we say that APA method. As we know, American Psychology Association method we are following in our social science context, so that how you can take a table, how you can take a diagram, graph, and how you can write interpretation, and how you can cite the statistical value. So in this way, I am giving a APA style of a method of narration of the results. That is the fourth day aspect. And the last fifth day, again, what and all we have done, or what and all we are going to do from first day to the till the fourth day, the same thing will be demonstrated by using PSPP as well as Jamovi. So that in the last day will be we are covering two software, and in the two software we are covering each and every aspect what we will be planning to cover in the first day to the till the fourth day. This is just an indicative, so the things may not goes in the same sequence. The things goes in a different way depending upon the audience and your interaction and your questions, and probably the way actually we are going to cover the aspect. And even this is only indicative, but it is not exhaustive. So I may cover much other topic also if a time provides me and time permits me. This is the brief overview of our 5 days workshop, and this is a one aspect. And other aspect, when I was discussing, when I was uh, asking you about what is your expectation in the workshop, so the data was pulled from your end. So why are you joining to this workshop? What is the purpose of joining to this workshop from the participant, from the audience? And your expectation is a main key for us what to address and what to incorporate. While reviewing all your all your expectation, we came to know that most of you are at saying that, or most of you are expecting that you are expecting live project. So because of that, what I did, I just made a questionnaire, simple questionnaire, which was sent to you all of you in the WhatsApp group as well as in Google Form, which basically covers some of the social science pattern related questionnaire, like demographic variable, including open-end question, closed-end question, as well as multiple choice question and multiple response question and scaling question, and all different types of questions. By incorporating it, the same thing has been converted into Google Form, and the Google Form link was shared to all of you and insisted to fill in. And out of this number of participants, as of now in the evening when I was checking the Google form, I got 76 plus something observation or responses. Now I will be using the same data, and I will demonstrating today's entire session based upon the live actual data what I have received from you people. So rather than coming with a prepared data set, I am like to take a live demo from the real data from you only, and the same data will be taken here for a demonstration purpose, and the same data at the end of the seminar, at the end of the workshop, will be shared to you in the group. So that what and all I'm going to cover today, the same thing you can practice so that you will get to know that how do you can handle real data. Because I have not prepared any data for this. I'm just showing the real data, what I'm getting, and the same real data I'm going to process it in the system so that you will get to know what is the way that data can be prepared before going for analysis, the pre-processing data. In the entire gamut of analysis of data, the data cleaning is a major task. Data collection and data cleaning. Once when you collect the data in a proper way by using proper sampling technique and sampling method and with a sufficient sampling size, then you can move on to the next level of how you can clean the data. Because whatever data we collect, either using scientific method or either using any random method, whichever we say that in a statistical sense, effective method of sampling procedure, whichever method you use, but there will be some kind of issue while entering the data, while feeding the data. And the respondents also, they do give responses erratically sometimes because of unengaged mindset. In all such occasion, what do we have to do? Before doing analysis, we have to pre-process the data. We have to clean the data. So data cleaning is one of the most major part of our research, so that once when we are able to clean the data in a proper sense, then we can process it and we can derive meaningful information, and then we can proceed for next level of analysis. In this way, now I will be showing you the data how I have received from you, and later the same data I will take to the SPSS. Before that, one more concept, I have to give you the overview of SPSS. What is SPSS and how SPSS came into picture, and what it can able to do, what it cannot able to do. So all other aspect that we will be giving you the overview for 5 to 10 minutes. So now in day one, I will be presenting one presentation, overview of SPSS presentation. This presentation in the form of PDF is already shared in the WhatsApp group so that all of you can refer it, and then you can use it for to get some idea about what is SPSS. Now let me present SPSS package, about brief idea about SPSS package. I hope my screen is visible, PPT screen. I know, sir. Can you give me a feedback? Is it my PPT screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Oh, fine. Thank you. Now, overview of SPSS in the application in social science. Let us
Sir,
see.
your voice is echoing, sir.
Is
Echo,
it echoing?
echo is coming from your voice
Dr.
continuously.
Manjunath,
Yes, sir. Please.
one thing,
Uh,
can you be a bit slow?
yes, sir. I will be slow. And one more
So
thing, I will
actually
do
you are
one thing.
very fast, even
Uh,
faster
uh,
than yesterday. So can you be a
okay.
please bit slow?
Sure. I will do
Sir,
one thing. I will switch off camera because my camera is also, taking the voice. So I will switch off my camera.
No
Now I
problem. I
will.
will switch on
Uh,
my camera and
uh,
you can go on.
yes.
sir, voice is echoing, sir. I don't know why. From my PC, my desktop, it is echoing.
Uh, I think other don't have any issue with the voice, I guess. If it is issue, probably you check it out. You might have logged in two devices. It might be a problem. Hmm?
Okay, sir. Okay, I will check it again.
Fine.
Voice is clear, sir. There is no issue.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your remarks, sir. SPSS. When we say SPSS, basically what it stands for. SPSS stands for Statistical Package for Social Sciences. It is one of the widely adopted statistical software packages in the domain of social science for the sake of data management, for the sake of data analysis, statistical analysis, and as well as to draw a meaningful results so that which will give us a fruitful interpretation of the results. In this way, SPSS package is not only a purely a package which can crunch the data, along with that, it helps the researcher to draw meaningful inferences so that social scientists can do a research in a scientific way. In this way, the statistical package SPSS came into picture. And way back to uh, 1960s. In the year 1968, it was developed by three main pillars. They are Norman E., Bent, and Hull. They are the three people. They are purely social scientists, one from sociology and psychology and from education. So three people from different domain of social sciences. They coined, they introduced the concept of, they introduced the package of SPSS to the world. And earlier, and in the day of inception, it was introduced for the sake of simplifying the analysis of complex social science data. As we know, society is a web of social relationship. It was defined by McEver and Page. So during the McEver and Page, when they say that society is a web of social relationship, web itself is a complex. There is a lot of interconnection. When there is a lot of interconnection in the net of the society, obviously society seems to be complex. Our social scientists are trying to understand this complex social system, complex social setup, whether it may be a sociology, whether it may be a psychology, or it may be education, or it may be economics, whatsoever. When you say society, it consisting a lot of complexity. But how are we going to analyze this complex society? In economics, we have ceteris paribus so that we can make a society be very stagnant by assuming that so other things do not change. But it may not the reality. The reality will be the ceteris paribus will be always violated in real society. So that we should analyze the society not only in a static sense, also in dynamic sense, and also in comparative dynamic sense. When we bring static, dynamic, and comparative dynamic, obviously the things will become much complex. In such context, analyze the scenario only through manual way, only through simple number may not be sufficient. In such cases, we have to take the complexity as it is. And in order to address this complexity, yes, we require some kind of a machines which can help us, which can process the things quite easily, and which gives us a result in a short span of time, and which provide the things in a diligent manner. In this way, SPSS which help us to simplify those kind of a complex scenario of the social science data. At present, SPSS is owned by IBM company, and it was renamed as IBM SPS Statistics. And it combines both analytical rigor with more of user accessibility. In this way, SPSS came into picture from 1968. Now, what are the major key features of SPSS? As I said, SPSS is basically meant for social scientists, and it provides very comprehensive environment wherein one can enter data from basic to final stage of final interpretation. In this way, it will give us a comprehensive environment to the researcher from the data entry to till the interpretation of the results. In this way, we say that SPSS is widely used because of one reason: it is user-friendly interface. So what exactly which has made SPSS user-friendly? In the today's scenario, we say that we have a big data, like we have a Hadoop, we have a R, we have Python. So we have other software. Among all those software, earlier there was a very big competitor to SPSS was SAS, and earlier to that we had Minitab. So there were many packages which was have which were had a competition with SPSS, including SAS, including Minitab, including Statista. All those software were there, even including LIMDEP in econometrics. However, SPSS was become very widely acceptable in the social scientist community because of user friendly. In the sense, it provides the user a graphical interface. What do you mean by graphical interface? As you know, when you are using Windows operating system from like MS Word, MS Excel, PowerPoint, where need not necessary to write any command, need not necessary to write any syntax, any program. Just by using mouse, we can click and we can draw. So mouse clicking point. This kind of a graphical user interface provision also given by SPSS along with syntax based, because SPSS one can use user interface and also one can use syntax. We can write a command also. I will be showing you the command that how you can write the command. how you can use syntax based command. By the way, by providing both graphical user interface as well as syntax based command, SPSS become user friendly. For example, I'm a social scientist. I don't know any command. I don't know any programming language. I have not done any C or C++. I do not have any programming knowledge at all. In that scenario, I can use GUI method. That is a graphical user interface I can use. Assume that I am a social scientist with a little bit of post 2000 born and brought up, wherein I have been exposed to the computer programming and other things, wherein I want to do my task very fast. I cannot keep on click on analyze menu, click on frequency, click on some option. Instead of doing that, within one line of coding, I can generate 30, 40, 100 pages of analysis. That kind of a fast analysis I can do by using syntax based command. In that way, depending upon the user, if you are expertise, if you are having knowledge of writing syntax, yes, you can adopt the syntax based command in SPSS. Otherwise, if you are a non-programmer, you do not have any knowledge, programming language or knowledge. In such case, you can use graphical user interface. In this way, SPSS provides both option to the user. One can use either GUI or syntax method. This is one of the key feature of SPSS, and followed by SPSS, which help us to handle flexible data. What do you mean by flexible data? It means that when you have a large voluminous data, assume that you have conducted one small survey wherein you have 100 respondent. 100 respondent data easily you can manage in MS Excel. Assume that you have conducted a survey which covers almost 10 lakh respondents. Like in economics, NSSO conducts several type of survey, economic census, unemployment survey, and annual survey of industry, and even NSSO unit level data, where in all those cases, in all those contexts, the NSSO has a voluminous respondents which runs more than 10,000 to lakh or even 2 lakh, 10 lakh. In such cases, handling such voluminous data is not quite easy. And also, all those data which have a multiple classification. For example, if I take NSSO, in NSSO, I have to cover all the states. Within all the states, I have to randomly select many districts of the respective state. Within the district, I have to choose some taluka. Like when you have a several sub classification, I want to get the data at the national level. I want to derive the table at the national level, and next at the state level, and next at the district level, and next at the taluka level. In such cases, you have a voluminous data, and the voluminous data as further sub-classified. In such context, handling data is not so easy. That is where SPSS, which help us so easily that you can derive the table whichever the level of aggregation that you want, or whichever the level of disaggregation you want. In that way, SPSS which help you to manage the data in a very flexible way. This is the second aspect. And third will be that SPSS also help us to handle the missing value. What exactly the missing value? Missing value is nothing but where the respondents are reluctant to provide responses to some questions. Maybe they are not interested, willingly they are not giving responses, or sometime while responding they might have forgotten or they might have skipped it. In such cases, some responses will be missing. How are we going to handle such kind of a missing data? Because in one particular question, you have received all responses except one or two responses is missing. In such cases, how are we going to handle such kind of a missing data is a big question. Thanks to SPSS, where SPSS which not only help us to handle such a kind of a flexible data, but also help us to handle missing value. How to handle missing data if some values are missing? How to tackle those issues? That is also a part of SPSS. That's the one thing. And other aspect, when I want to merge file, so we will be demonstrating this merging file in the subsequent tomorrow session. Merging, selecting weight cases, transforming variable, These are the different options we could have in SPSS. The same option you can do in other packages. However, SPSS is very user friendly, wherein you can merge the file very easily, you can wait cases very easily, and also you can transform, you can compute very easily. For a moment, don't have any kind of a conception. This concept I will be demonstrating tomorrow in detail, so that I'm just mentioning the word rather explaining the concept in detail, because we are at the introductory level. Now followed by what other aspect of SPSS do. SPSS, which gives you from descriptive statistics to the till predictive modeling. So all different levels of statistical analysis one can do in SPSS. This is another aspect. And other aspect will be when you execute any command, when you derive any results in SPSS, it produces the output in a very high quality manner. I mean to say, it gives us a result in a table format, so that the table you can directly copy and paste to MS Word. You can directly copy and paste to MS Excel without any command, without any program, or else you can directly export to Word, or directly you can export to Excel, PDF, or else you can directly even export HTML format also. In that way, SPSS output which gives you in a different format with high quality, so that with one result you can convert into different format. That is a beauty of the SPSS. Last but not the least, the SPSS has reproducibility and transparency in a syntax error, wherein you can write one line of syntax, you can save it in MS Word. When and where you want, you can just copy and paste the line, you will get the entire results. No need to rerun the again and again the same analysis. For example, I have derived 100 analysis. I have done 100 analysis. I am showing to my professor. My professor, you want to cross check it. You do not believe my results. You say that execute me in front of me. In such case, what will you do? All 100 results, all 100 analysis, whatever you have done, you cannot again redo there. Instead, 100 commands, syntax, whichever you have done, one on line, you just copy and run, copy and run, copy and run. So it will automatically give the results. Need not necessary to do step by step. This is the another beauty of the SPSS. That is where we say that it has reproducibility and transparency, so that when and where if you want to examine, re-examine, you can need not necessary to run the analysis from the basic, rather just you can copy and paste the syntax, it gives you the output. These are the basic key features of the SPSS, but it is very indicatively. But when you keep on start working on SPSS, you will get to know many other beauty of SPSS. Then, how does SPSS came into evaluation? So the evaluation history of SPSS. As I said, SPSS initially in the year 1968, when it introduced from the day of inception, it was brought to the society to meet the requirement of the academic pulse, academic domain. So therefore, it was limited for academic context. But now it is where it went beyond academics. It used in policy, it used in industry, it is used in corporate, it is used in government sector, it used in NGO sector. So it has become multi-platform usage. Therefore, the SPSS from 1968 to till now, it has evolved from academic tool to global research platform. I can see, or you can see on the screen, for more than 5 decades, from 1968 to till 2020s, it has have some insights. Earlier, it was planned only for academic origin. In the Stanford University, it was introduced by 3 people, but for sake of statistical analysis in the social science field. This was the major purpose when it was introduced. But gradually, it has grown like anything in exponential way with lot of compatibility, complexity, and flexibility. So 1975, it has taken a shape of commercial expansion, wherein the SPSS software has become SPSS company incorporation. SPSS incorporation in Chicago, and from the menu driven, it has become syntax driven, And from mainframe computer to it has become personal computer usage, and it has also become one of the friendly for the university and colleges to adopt it. So in the 1975 it was entered to the universities and research institute. Then move on to the 1990, again it has become much flexible with a graphical user interface, where Windows operating system, when it became very popular with the GUI option, the same option was incorporated in SPSS, which made much user friendly, and SPSS become very user friendly and wide flexible discipline tools in social science. And in the early period of 2000, again, other advanced tools has been added to SPSS. So the advanced tools in the year 2000 and 2000 nearby, here and there. So advanced models including regression technique, advanced statistics like AMOS, structural equation model, and much more data visualization technique were introduced in SPSS. So since early 2000 it was a basic and intermediary, but 2000 it was become very complex by incorporating all complex model analysis. Then in the year 2009 it was one of the break history of the in a lifespan of SPSS, where SPSS Incorporation, the company, has taken over by IBM, and it was renamed as IBM SPSS. So IBM was a company, International Business Machine Company. It was acquired SPSS, and it has branded as IBM SPS Statistics, and whatever we say business intelligence of IBM company Cognizant, that was a main pillar of IBM company. It the same way that IBM company wanted to build upon in SPSS. Then SPSS has become in a way of addressing the predictive analytics and integration for R platform and Python platform. In that way, so SPSS, which translated from academics to corporate way of analytics. Now, in the present scenario, 2010 to 2020, so in this domain, it has taken a multifaceted. Now it can able to meet the requirement of biostatistics field, epidemiology study, biostatistics, where I want to do some kind of analysis as a biostatistician. Even as an health economist or health science, I want to do some analysis. All kind of a multifaceted concept was introduced in SPSS, and it has become to expanded. It has expanded to address the health science scenarios, public policy, and market research. And moreover, it has become one of the strength of teaching and capacity building tool in the research domain. In this way, SPSS has taken a very good shape from 1968 to the present scenario. Unfortunately, when SAS was giving such a cutthroat competition to SPSS, Statista was giving such a cutthroat competition to SPSS, which were disappear from the market. The popularity were disappear from the market. Till today, SPSS has retained the same popularity. Even open source software are available, but SPSS still remain in the market. This is the beauty of SPSS. Now, why social scientists use SPSS? This is what actually one of the fundamental questions. We social scientists, we use SPSS because, as I said, it is user friendly. Menu driven interfaces. With the menu driven interfaces, without bothering about the learning programming or program complexity, we can do easily analysis in SPSS. That is the one aspect. The other will be that it has a lot of robust statistical procedure. Start from calculating X bar today, even for the exponential growth and ARIMA model time series also we can do in SPSS. Such a kind of a robust statistical procedures across different disciplines are available in SPSS. In this way, one package will able to address many scenarios. And it is a powerful in handling data because of easy method of coding, easy method of recoding, and easy method of handling missing data or missing values. This is where SPSS is preferred by the social scientists. And as we know, once when we are able to do analysis in a systematically, through which we can give a proper interpretation, we can enhance our theory, we can modify our theory, we can strengthen our existing theory or redefine the theory, and which can translate into policy implication. In this way, SPSS as a preferred package in social science, which basically serve the purpose of theory building and policy implication. Now, I think this I will not be going in detail because this will be we are doing as a practically. But let me read out again what is the role of SPSS in social science. It helps us to prepare the data and it helps us to code it, and then it gives us exploration of the data, which help us to describe the data through descriptive analysis. It helps us to provide inferences by using inferential statistics, and also it helps us to test the hypothesis. In this way, SPS is going to help us that we are going to have a demonstration. And which are the social science discipline which use SPSS, including start from sociology, economics, political science, psychology, behavioral science, education, social work, and not only this, not only this, along with this biostatistician, epidemiologist, and other people, other domain also like commerce and management, whosoever, and all other domain people also use SPSS, wherein one package which meets multiple criteria or multiple domain. But this brief overview of SPSS, now I am going to the data and SPSS interface. I hope the explanation is quite slow so that everybody could able to follow me. Am I right?
It's not
Yes,
here
sir.
where you need to be slow. Actually, it's now where you need to be
Yes,
slow.
sir.
Sorry, sorry.
I'm telling
Still,
that it's not in the presentation where you
uh,
need to be slow. It's now in the
uh,
demonstration you need to be slow.
fine, very good. Thank you. So demonstration, I have to be little more slower. Yes, obviously.
So,
Uh,
Dr. Manjunath, what
yes,
we
yes,
will
please.
do
Uh,
after your one set of showing a program,
uh,
we will wait for 5 to 10 minutes and move on to the
okay.
next set of programs. Suppose we are doing
Uh,
the tab analysis descriptive frequency. Okay.
mm,
So we
mm,
do it analysis descriptive frequency output. This is what you
mm,
show. We will
mm.
wait for 5 to 10 minutes and to tell the participants if they require any help, raise hands.
Okay.
So after
Okay.
5 to 10 minutes, we move to the next module. Like this, we will move on.
Fine.
It is not necessary that we cover all the topics. It's very necessary that we cover
Mm,
the,
mm,
basics very well.
mm, mm, mm.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now, uh, I need to open a few things. One is whatever Google form was circulated in the group, I got responses from you, and the sheet was downloaded. The sheet was downloaded. Now, this sheet will be shared to all of you because this is the real data. I have not created any data or I have not come up with any existing data. Rather, I took a data from you only. Now, this data will be shared to you so that you have to work on this data only as per how I am going to process this, how I am going to process in the further level of analysis. For the sake of, respecting the individual identity, the name column will be deleted and this sheet will be shared to you because I don't want the name of the people to be reflected in the Google form data which is I'm going to share. I will be deleting the name column and I will be sharing only the data which is required for our analysis. Now this is a data sheet. In this data sheet, I have named it as unclean data because it is a raw data which I received from you. So which do
We
not,
are unable to view it.
is it? Okay, 1 minute.
Mhm. Please share it.
Mm,
And is it shared with the participants also?
no, data sheet I have not yet shared it.
Uh, if you can share it with the participants.
No, after cleaning it, I will share to everyone.
Okay, okay, okay. Sure.
Now I think that this is visible Excel sheet. And you sir, can you yeah, fine,
Yes, sir.
thank you. Now
Yes, sir.
this
It
is
is
the visible, fine, thank you. Now this is the Excel data sheet. In this Excel data sheet, I have deleted the name column because I don't want to be the name to be revealed. Therefore, the column first column has been deleted, and time stamp whichever we have, that also I don't want for any analysis. So this will be also deleted. Now I left with question number 2 from gender. Now, obviously, any social scientist, when they do any social survey, field work based survey, they will collect the data in the form of questionnaire, and that questionnaire that will be entered in MS Excel for the sake of simplicity, as well as the Excel is easily available to everyone, and one can enter data in MS Excel. This is the one thing. Otherwise,
One, one more thing,
yes,
sir. Can you simultaneously give a example of sciences also? That will be helpful.
yes. Okay, okay, sir. Fine, fine, fine. Okay, sir. This is a multidisciplinary group. Fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah. Sir, could you explain in short? Okay, fine. This is a one thing. The other part will be some of you are, addressing the issue or a research which is mainly pertaining to the literate community. When the community is literate and when they have access to the devices and they are able to read and write and understand the concept, obviously what will we develop the Google form, or we will go for monkey survey, or we go for Kobo. We use all those platform, and we will develop the form, and it will be circulated to the group in the form of hyperlink, as I did like this. And whenever the respondent give responses to the questions, obviously that stored in the Excel format in terms of structured manner, like rows and column. Here you could see Excel wherein we have a data. The data have been structured in the form of row and column. Now what I will do one thing. The first row of the Excel sheet, I will copy this. Okay, I will copy this till the last question. You know how to copy this, and move on to the next sheet in Excel sheet itself, and transpose this. How to transpose? So what you mean by transpose? The transpose means transferring the row into column. Why? I will tell you later. Now first row entire first row was copied, and in the next sheet it was transposed like in this way. So right click, copy this, and right click and click on this option transpose. Now you can see all questions come one by one. Earlier we had it in a row. Now we have all question in column wise. Now,
Can we now stop
uh,
and allow our participants to complete it for
yeah,
5 minutes?
yeah, I will do one thing. Now I will share the same data sheet to everyone so that they can practice.
Okay, kindly.
Sir, good evening. My name is Sana Tehseen. I have one question.
Please, ma'am.
Yeah, in case I have a hard copy
Hmm.
data, how to enter it in the Excel
Uh,
sheet? Can you please explain
defi-
that so that I can process later in SPSS?
Definitely, ma'am. I will show you that also. Okay, first I will go with this format, and then I will go with a manual entry. How are you going to go to a manual entry?
Thank you so much, sir.
Fine, ma'am. Now I will be sharing this Google Form data sheet to all of you in the WhatsApp group. You can take this and save in your system and start executing the way I am going demonstration. I am showing the demonstration. I hope that Google Form survey data is visible in the WhatsApp group. All of you can able to access it
Yes,
now.
received.
I think you can attach your file here also.
Where in the chat box? Huh?
I think so. You can
Okay.
drag it and try. Give it a try.
Yes, yes, yes.
Sir, when we right click, where the option comes transpose the data?
1 minute, ma'am. Again, I will show the demonstration to you. You copy this entire first row, ma'am. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, 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 I can see. After
Oh,
copying the data.
yeah, you copy this, ma'am. After copying this, what you supposed to do? You go to the next sheet.
Yes.
Okay, in the next sheet, you keep in the first row, right click. 1 minute. You should have a copy. The copy option should be enabled. If it is not enabled, you cannot able to transpose. It should be enabled like highlighted. It should be highlighted like this. Once
Yes,
it is
yes.
highlighted, yeah, then go to the next sheet and then right click here. Once when you right click, you will get paste option. From the paste option, you have to choose the fourth option. This is
Okay.
called as
Okay.
transpose.
Transpose. Okay, okay.
This will convert the rows into column. Instead of
Done.
typing
Done.
manually, you can done in a
Done.
very short. Yeah, done.
Done. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. This is one thing. Okay, so
Sir Manjunath, there is a
uh,
question,
uh,
Dr. Cameron,
uh,
that could you please explain the difference between inferential and descriptive statistics?
the descriptive statistics and inferential statistics is a topic of the third day and fourth day. Again, in the third day, I'm going to demonstrate you. I'm going to explain from theory as well as practical about what you mean by descriptive, what you mean by inferential. So till then, please hold on so that we'll start from basic. Okay, then after transposing it, yeah, after transposing it, you could see the number of questions like question number 2, question number 3, question number 4, 5, 6, like that you have. Now, whenever you want to, prepare a data sheet in SPSS, preparing data sheet in SPSS has its own grammar of data. It will never take the data and you can.
But can you please repeat it again how to transpose?
Yes, ma'am.
Like I'm not able to do it.
Okay, you please
Please.
observe this please carefully. You copy the first row of your data sheet, whichever I gave you. Okay, what first row is consisting? First row is consisting the questions in the Google form, questions in the questionnaire. Okay, whatever questions I given in the questionnaire or whatever question I've given in the Google
Yes,
form,
sir, I
that
did
is
that.
there. Yeah, so that you copy. Then go to the next sheet and click somewhere in the blank cell and then right click. Once when you do a right click, you could get the paste option. In the paste option, you have to select the fourth option. Once when you click on the fourth option, automatically data will get transposed.
Uh, Dr. Manjunath, I think you should show it by format cells. That will be more easier for them to consider it.
What's a?
Just take, so you can use that format cells because lot of time this icon now
Ah,
vary according to the versions
mm,
of MS Excel. So you
Yes,
can
sir.
simply
Actually, I'm getting only two options, like
so
pasting.
that is what
mm,
I understood. That is what is happening. So you
okay.
can just simply show that keep it to A1,
Mm.
keep it to A1, then give a right click. Then you will find, then give a right click, and then you will find format cells,
In this,
format,
no,
format cells. Then there is a this one, paste options, no?
no, it won't be because so right click and format cell will not give you the transpose option in the recent versions.
Then there is a paste options. Something
Paste
is there.
option
Sir,
is
you
there.
can go
Paste
with
options. There is a dialog
paste special.
space special
Paste
option.
special, yeah, paste
Yeah,
special
extract
only
and
I'm
go, you can do it very
showing you.
easily.
Yeah, paste
So
special
that is
only I'm
the
showing you the demonstration. Copy, right
hmm,
click, paste special only. The paste option or paste special.
yeah.
When you have a paste option, you can use. Or else when you do not have a paste option, you can go to paste special and
Uh,
then transpose.
then
You have your
transpose.
option of a transpose. And
Sir, in
That is
paste
called
special, I'm getting lots of options. Which option should I click?
transpose.
transpose, you have to click now.
Like I'm really not having this option.
No, you click on paste special. Okay. Right click and space special. In the space special, you have a lot of option among which you have to choose the last one like transpose. The transpose checkbox, you have to check it.
No, so actually, I'm getting some other options like Bitmap, Microsoft Excel, and I'm not getting the transpose option.
Are you doing in a Google Sheet or are you doing in MS Excel?
MS Excel, sure.
MS Excel. Okay, at last you please show your screen to me so that I will rectify it. Let us not hang over here itself.
Okay, sir.
Fine. So now I am transposing it. Now after transposing it, what I am trying to say, SPSS has its own grammar and other aspect of data entry. It will never take the data how you enter in MS Excel. In MS Excel, you can enter data like anything. However, SPSS in which you cannot enter data as you enter in MS Excel. Therefore, you should follow some precaution. What is the precaution? The precaution is in SPSS, whenever you want to type any question, so between the word there will be space. This space will not considered in SPSS in the variable name. Please try to listen to me carefully. Whatever question I have typed here, in this question, between the words there is a space. Between the word, whatever space is there, that way, in this way, I cannot take the name in the SPSS. So SPSS variable name will not take this. So therefore, there should not be space. But in the label, you can have all this. This is a one thing. Second thing in SPSS, when you want to name any variable, you should not use any special character. Any special character. And also variable name should not start with number also. Some conditions are there that I am going to say. Now, what I did, I just copied the data and then I just copy the question headings. Now, this is the one aspect. Now let me open SPSS and let us see how SPSS look like. I hope SPSS window is appear to all of you on my screen.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Fine, thank you. Any one of you can please keep on reply me so that I can move. On. When you open SPSS from your desktop system or a laptop, this is the opening window of SPSS, wherein by default there will be two sheets. One is data view sheet, another one is variable view sheet. Data view sheet as well as variable view sheet. What is the purpose of data view and what is the purpose of variable view? This is the data view where every column heading is called as VAR. VAR is nothing but short form of the variable. And every rows are coined by numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. And this is cell in MS Excel, but in the language of SPSS, this is called as case. So now again let me repeat it. Every column are called as variable and every rows are actually identified by the numbers and the cell are called as cases. This is the language we use, the terminology we use in SPSS. One thing. The second thing, when you take row number 1, what does it mean? When you take row number 1, it means that in SPSS and in MS Excel, let me say I have taken first respondent. The first respondent ID, let me say this ID is 101. So the person 101 has given his responses to the all the question. So the way I enter data in Excel, in a similar way I should enter in SPSS. In SPSS, row number 1 is nothing but it is meant completely for one individual. First individual or first questionnaire, whatever responses as given by the first respondent, entire responses should be, goes in the first row. And the second row should be, or it meant for the second respondent questionnaire information. Like the way every row should go with individual. Every column will go with questions. Every column for question, every row for respondent. In this way, data view sheet has been defined. Now, move on to the variable view. When you move on to the variable view, the sheet appearance is entirely different from the previous sheet. In the previous sheet of data view, every column were as VAR. Now, every column is something different name has been assigned. that is name, type, width, decimal, label, value, missing, column, align, measures, and role. Now, let us try to understand what and all this and why do we use and what is the purpose of all this. Now, so in my Excel sheet, the first question is gender of the respondent. Second question is age of the respondent. Third question is marital status. So now I will take example of first three: gender, age, marital status. We'll move on to MS Excel, so SPSS. In the variable view, what you supposed to do, you have to define the variable and variable name and its property. So data view is the sheet in which you should define the name of the variable, nothing but question, and its property. You have to call the properties of the variable and the name of the variable in the data view, in the variable view. Now, what is my first variable? First variable is gender. Now I will type gender. Now what is my second question? Age. Now I will take age here. What is my third question? Marital
Marital
status.
status.
So now marital status, if I type, now you could see between marital and status I left space. If I leave space between the word, it will never accept. It says that your variable name contains illegal character. Why it is illegal? We are not done any crime at all. But in the language of SPSS, it is a crime. So it says that it is illegal character. Then how do we have to resolve it? We have to resolve it by, instead of giving space, I can provide underscore marital status. Then in this way, you can assign the name. So what is our call from this? The call from this, whenever you are giving name of the variable under variable view sheet of name, don't use space between the words. This is the condition you should remember. Now, after doing this, if I toggle to the data view, what will be the change? Let me see. I will now click on data view. Now if I click on data view, you could see that all your first three columns are highlighted by gender, age, marital status. So now what does it mean? It means that variable view is a sheet where you can use for giving the column heading, name of the column heading. You can give the column heading name here. You can assign the column heading name here. Once after assigning the column heading, that will be appear in the place of var of the data view. So in this way, variable view is a sheet where we are entering, where we are coining the variable names or variable heading. Now, this is the meaning of name. Now what about type? Type, I mean to say what type of variable this is. Now I have a gender, now I have a age, now I have a marital status. Let me look at my data sheet. In this of MS Excel, let us observe below gender, the responses were given as male, female, male, female, male, female. So it is a dichotomous kind of a question where the responses are only two, either male or female. So the male and female, this is a gender, it is, we call it in research as a qualitative variable because I cannot measure this through numbers. Therefore, what do we say? We say it is a qualitative variable. Now, when you observe age is a variable. Below that, you have numbers. It is quantitative variable. So, qualitative variable, quantitative variable. Anything which can be measured and expressed in numbers are called as quantitative. And anything which is purely attributes, characteristics are qualitative. Now, coming to the marital status, this is also qualitative because under marital status, the responses are either married, either single, either other, or something else. Therefore, it is also qualitative. Now, before doing any analysis, I should convey, I should convey to the SPSS in its own language in which it understands. SPSS will not understand my language. SPSS will understand its own language. That is machine learning language, machine language. What is machine language? Where it never understand married, it never understand single, but it will understand one and two. Therefore, we have to code it. We have to assign code to that. Let us move to the SPSS and see what type of data. What type of gender? Gender is a qualitative data. That responses are in the what form? In textual form, like male, female, male, female, female, female. What is age? Age is a numeric data that is in the form of number. What is marital status? That is a qualitative variable that is in the form of married, unmarried, single, something like that. That is again qualitative data. Whenever you are entering qualitative data, in such cases, I mean to say, if your data sheet consisting a textual information, that is always called as string option. String is an option we use to enter the responses which are in the form of textual in nature. And if any data which is in the form of number, pure quantitative, in such case we should assign it as numeric. Now I get to know what do you mean by numeric, what do you mean by string. When do we use string option? We use string option provided that the data is in the form of textual form, qualitative form. I can use numeric when the data is in quantitative form. Now, for your convenience, I will insert one more row. I will call this as name. So name is a person name. Person name is always in the form of textual way, word in a word form. Therefore, I should choose this as string option and OK. String option. When you click on string radio button, it will ask you how many characters. So in our computer terminology, we use a term called KB, kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, like bits, something like that. Here we are using characters. For example, I have collected data from 100 people. 100 people name are having in a textual form, where some person's name will be 3 letter like Ram. Some person name will be like Rama, 4 character. Some person name will be Ramanjani, so maybe 8 character. Like depending upon how many characters, how many letters are there in the word, that number you should assign under characters. But we cannot read and observe each and everybody's name and count the name in number of letters. Therefore, by default, always go with some upper limit, like something like 25. If any person whose name has 25 letters, let it be. Not an issue. I will be assigning name of a person is a string type of variable with a character of 25. So what does it mean? You can enter any one name till it has 25 characters. Now what about decimal? Since I am entering the name of the person, in the name of the person it is a purely quantitative, therefore there will be no decimal. By default it will be 0. Fine. Now coming to the label. What do you mean by label here? In the name I just entered as name, but the doubt will be whose name? Is it the name of the father of a family, or it is the name of the mother of the family, or it is the name of the head of the family, or it is the name of the respondent who are giving responses to me. Clear? Therefore, I don't have a clarity here. Why so? Because under name, you cannot type a big question because this should be short and sweet. You cannot give a lengthy question under name. Therefore, what you can do, you can give a short form here and the full form you can expand here. So I mean to say, this question is nothing but name of the respondent. Now, when you type name of the respondent under label, you can permit it to provide space. This is the difference between label and name. When you assign any name under name, you are not permitting to give any space. And you are not permitting to type the lengthy question. You have to give it in a very short form without space. Even you can increase the character, but by increasing character, which allow you to enter the data within this column, not the heading. Heading you cannot, this is the heading, column heading. Column heading you cannot increase. Okay, column heading we have name, I have gender. So how many character name? 4 character. What is the column heading of second one? Gender. The second column heading is gender. How many character I have? 5, 6 character I have. But I cannot type like gender, something like, let me try. How many character I can type? If you keep on type this many character, what will happen? It says that the variable name is too long. So heading to the column should not be long. It should be short and sweet. Therefore, I always suggest you to go with short name for column heading. But the full form you can type in the label. I think that all of you understood. So column heading should be short, but its full form you can expand in the label. Now gender. Who gender? Gender of the respondent.
So, sir, here is no need to use underscore or
No, no,
in
no, no,
label.
no, no need, sir. In the label, no need to give any underscore. You can permit it to give any number of characters. Even you are permitting to use special character. Even you are permitting to use numbers. Anything is you can assign in the label. But in the name, you should not allow. You are not allowed in the name. That is the difference. Okay, na, sir?
Okay, sir.
Fine.
Sir, can we copy paste from sheet 1 to the label column?
Now, that is one thing because earlier respondent, she has told me if I have a data in the physical form, how I can enter. She has
Hello?
asked me the question. Therefore, I am
Hello?
giving you the hints how to
Hello?
start with assigning the label by
ಒಂದು
manually.
ಪಾರ್ಸಲ್ ಬೇಕು
Because always I suggest you
ಕಳಿಸಿಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ
start learning first from manually. Then you can import
ಹಲೋ
because it gives you
ಹಲೋ
lot of clarity
ಪಾರ್ಸಲ್ ಬೇಕು
and it
ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ
gives you the confidence and also it helps us to identify the mistakes
ಬಂಗಡ
when you
ತಾಲಿ
start
ಕೊಡಿ
doing manually. Okay, ma?
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
ತವ
Now age. So this is
ಇದು
age
ಬೇಡ
of the
ತಂದೂರಿ ರೊಟ್ಟಿ ಬೇಡ
respondent.
ಫುಲ್ ರೈಸ್ ಹಾಕಿ
Age of the respondent.
ಶೆಟ್ರ್ ಕಾಲೋನಿ
But
Now,
do you suggest,
ಶೆಟ್ರ್
Dr.
ಕಾಲೋನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ
Megnath, because I am also here in a
ಹೆಲ್ಪಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಟ್
confusion,
ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್
because
ಎದುರುಗಡೆ
do
yes,
you
sir. Yes,
suggest
sir.
to enter data in Excel
Oh,
or
9 ಗಂಟೆ ಅಂತ
SPSS?
ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡಾಯ್ತಾ
Sorry.
no, I
Because
will
what I
clarify
am
everything,
asking
sir.
9
basically,
ಗಂಟೆಗೆ
do
ಅಂತ
you
ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡಿ
suggest that one should enter the
ಓಕೆ
data in SPSS or should they do that in Excel? You can continue,
Uh,
please. This is a
yes, yes.
query, you can continue.
Yeah, the thing is that assume that actually data entry will be given to data entry operators. Data entry operators are those people who have done only the graduation or even PUC or SLC. Those people they do not have any training in professional training in SPSS and they are not access to MS SPSS. So generally data entry operators they enter data in Excel itself and they will enter data they will give it to us. What do we have to do? We have to analyze that in MS SPSS or some other software. When you want to analyze in SPSS, you should define what variable that is in MS Excel. Once after defining the variable and its name and other properties, then you can copy paste the data. I will show you how to copy paste from Excel. Now we are creating the data sheet in SPSS. This is a
And if we have a full name, full label in the name, the data sheet will be big,
sir, your
very
voice
big.
is
So that it is difficult to.
sir, that is up to you, sir. That is up to you. There is no compulsory that entire full
That's
question
why
should be in the name label. Sir, your voice is breaking. I understood your question. So the question is that in the label, is it compulsory that compulsory is that to enter the entire question? Not necessary. Need not necessary to type the entire question. You can type even a short form also. But I am typing here to convey the things very clearly at the beginning stage itself. Because this is for the first time some of you are exposed to SPSS. When I'm teaching you, if I make a shortcut method or cutting short the questions, obviously you will get confused. Therefore, I'm just teaching in a proper way. Later, after learning, you can be flexible according to the way that can be easy for you. So now,
Dr. Manjunath,
yes,
I
sir.
think you are proceeding in the very right manner because in
Mm.
label we
Mm.
may write the questionnaires. So what
Yes, yes.
happens when we handle when we handle large data set like PLFS or others also, in
Mm.
that also the variable name should be explained for our understanding.
Yes, yes.
So that is why label is very important.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Oh, fine. So now, let me click on data view. Let me see how many variables have been defined. 4 variables have been defined. First variable name, second variable gender, third variable age, fourth variable marital status. Between that underscore is there. Now, if I keep my cursor on the column heading, it will show you the complete short form as well as label. You can see it will get display name of the respondent. Again, if you keep your cursor on gender, it show you the gender of the respondent. Like age of the respondent, and marital status of the respondent. Like the way the full label will be visible to you, so you will have a clarity what type of question that you are using in your data sheet. Now, again back to variable view. So we learned what do you mean by name, what do you mean by type. Now, let me clarify a few more things under type. Gender is a variable. I said already it is a qualitative in nature. It is a categorical variable. But when I enter male and female in a textual form, what will happen? Due to my typing speed, due to my typography error, sometime I will type male where M with a capital letter. Sometime I type male M with a small letter. Again female F with small letter, big letter. Like the way I can mix up. By mixing up like that, if I run the analysis, like how many males are there, how many females are there, obviously system will recognize capital letter is different, small letter is different. M caps ALE is different from M small ALE. So it will treat small letter different and capital letter different. But for us, whether M is small, whether M is small, both are male only. Therefore, what we do basically, whenever you have a categorical variable with some responses like gender, male and female, only 2 responses, even third gender, 1, 2, 3, like a male, female, third gender. Marital status, single, married, unmarried, divorce, something like that. You will be having only few responses, beyond which you may not be having much responses. In such cases, what will we do? We will assign number to that. We'll assign number to that. So why we assign number to that? Because SPSS will understand number easily than the text. Instead of typing MALE male, if I type 1 equals to male, yes, obviously it will understand, yeah, 1 is male anta. If I type 2, by defining 2 as a female, obviously SPSS will understand wherever under gender 2 is there, it will be female anta. So that what you can do that, even though gender is a qualitative variable, I will not use string, I will use numeric. Gender is a qualitative variable. Please remember, gender is a qualitative variable, but I will not use string, but I will use a numeric. And I will keep decimal as 0. I will prompt to OK. Now, under value, I will click on this corner. Once when I click on this corner, this pop-up window will appear. In this pop-up window, I should assign some number to identify the different groups of gender. Like I will use by default. Why? Because in Google Form, I have already used some numbers like 2 dot equals to female, 1 dot equals to male. Wherever 1 is there, that and all is male. Wherever 2 is there, that and all female. So therefore, to convey this to SPSS, what I will do, I will use 1 as male, then add value 2 as female, add. So what I did, I assigning number to male and assigning number to female. That's it, nothing else. Nothing, no more coding, only just label. Wherever value you have, you assign some number to that, and for label, you assign some name to that. So for sake of our convenience, I'm using 1 for male, 2 for female. If I use 1 for male and 2 for female, number 2 is bigger than number 1. It doesn't make any sense at all. Only number I am using only for the sake of identification. This number do not carry any value. This is only identification, only for the sake of classification, only for the sake of recognition for male and female. Number 1 and number 2, it is not numerical value, only recognition. For example, for me, the register number is 20. For me, my friend number is 21. Register number 20, register number 21. 21 is not bigger than 20 because that is only register number, only for the sake of identification. The register number do not carry any numerical value attached to it. Therefore,
Manjunath sir, here is it 1 dot or 1?
sorry, one. Sorry.
Will it read 1 or will it read 1 dot? Like you mentioned 1 dot, 2 dot. 1 dot is there, so.
No, you forget about Excel, sir. Now I'm teaching only SPS. Later I'll come to MS Excel. MS Excel I will teach later. Okay, forget about the way you are given responses. That is, forget it. Now you are preparing data sheet in SPSS. In SPSS, no need to use any dot here. You have to assign only the value. 1 as 1 under label male. Okay. 2 as
Sir,
female. No dot is required. Okay.
No, sir, but you said we are using the default value in the Excel where when we are going to import it, we have used 1 dot, 2 dot.
1 minute, sir. One minute. For a moment, forget about Excel. Let us concentrate on SPSS because we are preparing data sheet in SPSS. Later, I will teach you how to take that from Excel to SPSS. In such case, I will teach you how to handle that. Now,
Sir, I have a questions on the issue on that you have typed that gender is a numeric type because of
okay.
this is a binary terms
Binary
of
dichotomous, yes.
binary dichotomous. So gender, male, female, or transgender, something like you giving the 1, 2, and 3 classifications. But
Yes.
why you are giving the decimals point is 0 and how the values are
Yeah,
should be.
I will tell you. Male, I'm assigning as a value as 1. No, 1 is an integer. For a female, I'm assigning value as 2. 2 is a complete integer. Therefore, there is no need of decimal to this. Got it?
Okay.
But if I use other variable, if there is a decimal value, then I should use decimal. I will tell you that. I will tell you later in income.
Manju sir, can I just intervene, sir?
Yes, please, sir.
Sir, I just want to answer that previous professor who was asking the doubt that 1 dot. See, while downloading the responses from the Google Sheet, we have given 1. It is the dots are no need to put the dot here. Just put 1. He was asking, sir, that 1 dot, because in the responses whatever you have got from the Google form, it is written as 1 dot. That's why I think he got confused.
Yes, you got confused, sir.
1 dot means it is 1, sir. That person.
So, just coming back to that one. Suppose if we say used already there that 1 dot. If we already use 1 dot, so in the programming in the level.
Sir, that dot you don't look at that dot. 1
don't worry, sir.
Can we have only Dr. Manjunath speaking?
Sir, I will tell you.
On my understanding, there are no decimals. Zero decimals.
Sir, don't. Please listen to me. Don't go away. So I used in a Google form for a responses, I used 1 dot 1 2 dot 3 dot, that is for sake of some meaning. Please hold till I will explain that. Now don't bring that here. Okay,
Oh yes.
because whatever Google form I have developed with lot of intention to teach all this in this spaces to clarify it. So even some question I have written wrong. Three or four respondent while responding they message me, so this option is wrong, why you had given that and that. I told them I have done intentionally, because this is the real thing, it happened in a real world. When you collect data you will get lot of this kind of issue. How to handle is a big challenge when it comes to data cleaning. So till then please hold and be patient and follow what I'm saying. At last I will clarify all those issues and questions also. Now we have assigned one for male and two for female. I think no more other third gender I used in Google form, so I will click on OK. By the way, I defined gender as a numeric variable with the classification of male as 1, female as 2. Now, age. So open the questionnaire, you see how a age question has been given. In the questionnaire, age question which is given in such a way that responses is actually open-end question. It is not a closed end. Anybody can fill their age. They can fill my age is 20, 21, 30, 34, 35. If somebody is exactly want to give their age, they can give 28 and half age also. So exactly I completed 6 months of 1 year of my date of birth. So they can say that my age is 28 and half. Where in the age people can fill whole number, even decimal also. It is an open-end question. Therefore, what I can do, age is a what type of question where respondent will fill the numbers. Therefore, since the respondent fills the number, you have to take this as numeric only. That is the one thing. Second thing, second thing, second thing. If some respondent, if they used any decimal value for their age, you can assign decimal place. If all the respondent in my Google sheet, nobody have given age in fraction value, decimal value. I will see. This is where actually you can see some of them written 18 years, some of them written date of birth. How are you going to handle this? That I will teach you. But now, if you observe, everyone has given age in pure number, integer, complete number. So whole number, there is no decimal. Therefore, what I will do, while defining the age, I will take this as numeric with the 8 character, but decimal I will make it as 0. Because there is no one has given age in a decimal value, fractional value. Therefore, I am assigning D0 to this. Now, age of the respondent. Now, to this, don't assign any value because not required. Because there are so many numbers are there. So, therefore, no need to assign value to this. Value you can assign only when there is a sub classification. Like gender, there are 2 or 3 classification. Like marital status, there are 2 or 3 classification. Like if some question has multiple responses like this, in the questionnaire, if some questions are like closed-ended, like this question only 3 options are there, so respondent cannot give answer beyond which. For this question only 5 options are there, respondent cannot beyond this. So I have made the choices to be given and respondent should give any one of this. Therefore I can assign only 4 classification for this. Whenever you are having this type of question where the question with the responses where they are allowed to tick, in such cases only you can use assign value. You can use assign value. Now for this, there is no need to assign the value. Now move on to the marital status. Now if I move on to the marital status, look at the questionnaire. In the questionnaire of the marital status, there are 3 categories: single, married and others. Therefore, I should assign value to this. First category single, second category married, third category others. Now I will go to SPSS under marital status. Again I will, even though it is a categorical variable, I will assign it as a numeric because I am assigning 1 to 3 and keeping decimal as 0. Under value, 1 will be, what is 1? 1 is single, and 2 is married, add, 3 is others, add. By adding 1, 2, 3, all 3 responses, if there is no more further classification, you can click on OK. In this way, I can assign value. Now coming to the missing. Now what is missing? So we learned what is name, we learned what is type, we learned what is width, what is decimal, what is label, when to use, what is value, when to use. Now missing. What do you mean by missing? Missing is when you see Google form, for some question, some respondent might not have given responses. Why they not given responses? That is up to them. They have their own liberty to provide information, and they can become reluctant to provide information. Because as a researcher, I cannot insist them to give responses for each and every question. Therefore, their liberty, either they can give responses, either they can miss the responses, either they can be reluctant. So that in somewhere, if there are some responses are missing because of so many reasons, how we have to handle it? Usually in SPSS, don't keep that responses as empty. If somebody has not given some response to this question, like here, somewhere this is not there, let us say it is being deleted. Now this is Kali, this is empty, blank, no response to this. If it is no response to this, in Excel it will be blank. I can copy from Excel to SPSS, even that SPSS also shows as a blank only. But I should not leave it as a blank, rather I should define as missing value. So how I can define missing value? In SPSS language, if any response is missing, that will be assigned with some special numbers. What is a special number? 99, 999, 9999, this kind, or 111, 1111. Like this type of some special number will be used to identify as a missing value. Now again, don't get confused. In age, let us say age is a variable. Since age is a variable, somebody age can be 11. It is possible. If I use missing value as 11, then SPSS will understand wherever 11 is there, that has missing value. Therefore, while assigning some special number, make sure that what type of number you are using. In age, nobody can live in more than 999. Therefore, what you can use for age missing value as not as 9, not as 99, you can use it as 999, because nobody will live life for 999 years. Therefore, in the age column, what I will do, in the age column, I will use missing value as discrete missing value by assigning 999. Now, I will go to Excel sheet. Let us say that this person is not given his age. Now, what I can do? I can take this as 999. When I take this data into SPSS, if I copy, SPSS will understand this 23rd respondent age is missing, since I have defined 999 as missing value. In this way, you can handle the missing value in SPSS rather leaving as a blank. So this is one method. Other
Sir,
method, yes please sir.
Please, sir, could you please repeat one more thing, that you
Yes, sir.
have done the missing value 999, but why you don't instead of giving the missing value 0 or something like that?
Sir, if you assign missing value as 0, sometime what happen? Let us say that you have some variable. You can use 0 as a missing value. No other no special meaning attached to this. But the customary, when SPSS was developed, the initial programmer, they introduced some special numbers for missing value, like 999, like 111, like this, like 777, like that. So that is a custom that we are following. You can use 0 as a missing value, not an issue. But always ensure that if you have some special character, you should not get connect with that, confused with number. Because somebody use 999, who are actually people to whom you share this data, they see that why this number is unique, why this 999, what does it mean? They will ask, they will identify easily. But if you provide here 00, what do they mean? They will get confused that what does it mean? It means that the person is age is 0 now. It is possible they think like that. That is the reason. Yeah,
Sir, can we leave blank missing value column?
Madam, you are right. You can leave it as a blank, not an issue. But when you want to calculate percentage, okay, when you want to calculate percentage, in such cases, when you want to write even methodology also, in such cases, you should write a methodology by saying that my questionnaire was administered this many numbers, out of which this many people who have given responses to this question, this many were missing value. Therefore, the acceptable responses, the response rate you have to state. Since when you want to state the response rate in a percentage, better you should define missing value. If you don't define, also not an issue, but better always customary to define missing value. Okay, ma'am, got it?
So, sir, if I keep the missing value 999 or 111 to
Sir, 111 you can
not
keep, 111 you can keep, not an issue. But the thing is that some people age can be 111, no? There is a possibility, don't you think?
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
In
yes.
such
Sir,
cases, yeah.
can I have a question, sir?
Yes, please, sir, please.
We have leveled the missing value as 999 in the this SPSS variable, the definition, that is fine. But do we need to come back and assign this one in our data, that is in Excel? Is it necessary?
That I will tell you. I will tell you how to handle that. Okay, don't worry, because that I will tell you. Because when you import the data, I will tell all this address. I will explain each and everything why we have used that. If there is a missing value, when there is no number of 999 in Excel sheet, when you assign here, how SPSS is going to understand that and all, I will explain you. Now this is I'm building the sheet. I'm developing the SPSS sheet template to you. Okay. Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine.
How to give
Now,
a missing
yes,
value for
we have understood about the missing value. Wherever the value is not available, the response is not given the respondent. For that, you can use some unique character like 999, 77, something like that. It cannot be combined with the existing value of this. It should not be get confused with the existing value in such way that you can differentiate. Now I have assigned age for age missing value as 999. Even for a name also, if something is missing, because I'm not using name for any analysis, no need to define age, a missing value for age. For gender, yes, I will use missing value as a discrete by assigning 999. And for marital status also, I will assign discrete value as missing value as 999. In this way, I have assigned missing value for all three except name, because nothing to do with name. So therefore, no need of assigning anything for name. Now, can you observe?
Sir, why we are leveling equally here in the example, say 999? Is it better to assign them in different formats, say 999 or 777?
Sir, no need, sir, because let us follow some kind of uniformity. For every question, if you go with a different missing value, obviously you only, because if your
This is
data
the
sheet
standard,
actually consisting.
Dr. Manjunath. This is the
Yes, sir,
standard
yes, sir.
way of using missing values by even NSSO also. Mostly
Yes, sir,
also
yes, sir.
uses the same
Yeah,
similar method, and
yeah,
it's a standard practice to use 999 or
999.
99999. So
Uh,
we go by a standard practice. Like for summation, we do not use integration sign. Similarly, for plus sign, we all use the cross sign. It's like that. Standard practice.
Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you.
because in the SPSS one, when it was developed from day itself, actually they are treating as a missing value with the 77 and 999. So that is a customary that we are following that. That is a one thing. And the second thing, that don't use different unique number for different questions. Let us follow some uniformity for entire your question A for a missing value. So that while writing the methodology, you can write in a one sentence where 999 was used as missing value while defining the variable in declaring in SPSS. Like the way you can write one sentence, within one sentence, you can finish your missing value methodology. Fine. Now
Okay,
we are
okay.
done
Very
with
nice.
missing.
Thank
Yeah, we are done with missing value. Now column, as you know. So in this column, So first column, second column, third column, fourth column, how many character you can type, you can able to enter. Now alignment. Alignment is nothing but when you enter data here, so where the data comes, whether the data comes in the right alignment or left alignment. Now gender, within which whenever I enter data, that is coming in right alignment. Therefore you could see right. Whenever I enter some information here, Ram, this comes in left alignment because of this here the alignment. So align in variable view, it nothing but it show you the whenever you enter data in the data view, the where the data is going to be aligned, whether in a left alignment, right alignment, that will be appears here as you declared here. Now this is the next level is most important, scale of measurement. The scale of measurement you should be very cautious while defining it because
Sir, alignment, please repeat, sir.
But alignment is nothing but when you enter data in the variable where the data is going to store, whether the data is storing in the left direction of the column or a right direction of the column. You can see under gender I enter some data, some numbers. All the numbers are at right direction, right alignment. When I enter some name in the name under name column, name appears in the left alignment. Therefore it is left. Why? Because by default here it is left. This is right alignment because by default I assigned as right. Why so? Obviously you know whenever you type any numbers, always we have a practice of writing the number from extreme right side to the left direction. Whenever you want to write any text value, any word, obviously we start from left to the right. That is a customary. Therefore the same customary will happen here. So text left alignment, numbers right alignment. Now the next concept is measure. What do you mean by measure? Every variable, whether it in a social science or a political science or a commerce, management, economic, whatsoever, every variable has different scales of measurement. In generally, we call it as scale of measurement as 4 groups like nominal, ordinal, interval and scale. Nominal, ordinal, interval, scale. That is ratio. But in SPSS, we will have only 3 scale. You can click here, and once when you click here, you can see scale, ordinal, nominal. SPSS has 3 classification of a scale of measurement: nominal, ordinal, scale. Now observe the icon. Which icon was used for nominal, which icon was used for ordinal, which icon was used for scale. You can see for a nominal, the circle kind of icon is used. For a ordinal, some kind of a bar diagram was used where every bar are in ascending order from shortest to the lengthier. For a scale, the geometry box scale has been used. So why so? For example, let us say that I have taken income. If I say that income is a quantitative variable which can be measurable, which can be comparable. How can you compare? For example, if a person A income is 1,500, if a person B income is 500, I can make lot of comparison. What kind of a comparison? In terms of income, I can assign them in ascending order. B income is very low, so B always comes first. A income is higher than B, so I can put A at next because in ascending order. And similar way, I can say that A income is more than B income. How much? It is by the amount of 1,000. And A income is 3 times more than B income. So multiplication. So I can do subtraction comparison. I can do multiplication comparison. How many times and what is the difference? This kind of arrangement in ascending order, descending order, this type of comparison, B income is low, A income is high. This way of comparison B income and A income between the 1,000 rupee difference, and another way of comparison, A income is 3 times more than B income. Like all possibility of comparison, if it is makes sense, in such case we call that scale as scale variable, scale of measurement. Now I have assigned age as a scale. Why so? Since in my Excel sheet all the respondent they have given age in numbers. Now I can compare, I can arrange their age in ascending order. So now in this entire group, somebody's age is 20. 20 is the least age and highest age is something like 75. I can arrange all their age in the form of ascending order. So this kind of a comparison I can do. This makes comparison, this make any sense. And I can say here second person age is smaller than the second person age is higher than the first person age. By how many years? 5 years. So that comparison makes sense. And similar way, this person age and this person age, how many times more? For example, 32 and something like 52. When I compare, this is almost 1.7 times more. This comparison also makes sense because age is in the form of number, continuous number you can convert into it. This kind of a comparison of difference, ratio form, all possible comparison, and ascending order, descending order of arrangement also possible. If there is a chance of all set of possible comparison, then that type of variable is called as scale variable. So
Hello.
therefore I can assign age as a scale.
Hello.
Now going back to the gender. As I
ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ
said, gender is a qualitative variable, either male or female. For
ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀರಾ
sake of understanding the system, I have assigned 1
ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್
for
ಆಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀರಾ
male,
ಹೇಳಿ
2 for female. But this 1 for male, 2 for female only for sake of
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪೋಲೋ
identification,
ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್
only
ಇದೆ
for
ಅಲ್ವಾ
sake of classification, only for sake of
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ
categorization.
ಒಂದು ಸಲೂನ್ ಇದೆ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ
Therefore, number do not mean
ಅಲ್ಲೇ
any
ಒಳಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡಿ
value.
ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್
Number do not catch any relative importance. Therefore, it is only nominal.
ಗುರುಕೃಪ ಮನೆ ಹೌದು
Only for sake, nominal. Nominal means anything which is a purely qualitative. So there is no possibility of any kind of a comparison. Therefore, such variables are usually called as nominal scale of measurement. Marital status. Here also I used 1 for single, 2 for married, 3 for others. In this case, it doesn't mean that married are bigger than single. Yes, sir.
Can we continue it tomorrow?
Yeah, 5 minutes and finish it off. Scale of measurement, I'll finish it off.
Sure.
Okay, I know. Single is 1, married is 2, and other is 3. It doesn't mean that married is actually bigger than single, others are bigger than married. Doesn't mean. I use number only for sake of simplicity and only for sake of identification and classification. So this number do not carry any meaning or any value. Therefore, single, married, others, this classification of marital status, qualitative in nature, it is also nominal scale. Now I have defined what do you mean by nominal scale. I have defined what do you mean by scale. The next will be ordinal. Ordinal, I mean to say that I can say first rank, second rank, third rank. Second rank is first rank is better than second rank. Second rank is better than third rank. But I don't know how much that is better than second rank. Only we assign rank. But how much first rank is better than second rank? How much second rank is better than third rank? That kind of a comparison doesn't make any sense. But I say that first rank is always better than second rank. But how many, that kind of a comparison is impossible. If you have a such ordinal. So since ordinal, it is in order like first, second, third. You can arrange either in ascending order or descending order. That makes sense. But you cannot say how much second rank is better than first rank or first rank is better than second rank. That comparison you cannot do. Therefore, that is purely called as ordinal. In this way, today what I have done, I have defined variable view. In the variable view, what do you mean by name, type, width, decimal, label, value, missing, column, align, measure. So tomorrow I will be explaining you the meaning of role and then tomorrow we'll import the data from Excel to SPSS. Please tomorrow make sure that everyone is login to, and I need tomorrow more time because I have to explain many things while importing data from Excel to SPSS. Therefore, all of you be cautious, and whatever Excel sheet is given to you, please keep a copy of it in your system. When and where actually tomorrow I show an execution, you also do practice along with me.
Sir,
Okay.
Sir, I have
Just
one
a minute,
question.
participants, just a minute. I know there are a lot of follow-up questions, but it's very late and there is a entire team behind us waiting. So can we please start please write all those questions down and you can put that in the group and we can have those questions tomorrow. Will that be okay?
Yes,
Please.
sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Anybody
Yes,
else?
sir. We will answer.
And one more thing, I want any one or two feedback for the day so that tomorrow I can make up improvement further. If you want any, if you have any, please share a problem with my explanation.
In the group, you can make all the questions. Sir will take up all the questions in a nice manner tomorrow. Okay? Please put the questions in the group. Thank you. Thank you all for today.
thank you, sir.
Thank you for everyone. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
your
sir, and it
great
was very
kindness.
nice lecture.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Tomorrow you will enjoy much
Thank
more
you, sir.
than.
Okay, the meeting ends here. The participants can now leave.